Have you ever woken up feeling just as tired as when you fell asleep? Then stick around for tricks on how to feel good after a bad night's sleep. Hey, I'm Dylan Joseph, soccer trainer, #1 best-selling Amazon author. To increase your skills, to learn how to overcome average performances, and to boost your self-esteem, make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification icon. And stick around to the end of this video for one thing you should really avoid that most people actually use in order to help them wake up in the morning. Today, we're covering how to feel less tired when you wake up. Your mindset and your rules for sleep can actually make a bad night's sleep worse if you haven't learned how to control those thoughts that make you feel more tired the next day. Avoid being like I was for years, where if I didn't get enough sleep the night before, I would constantly think about it for the rest of the next day, which would only make me more tired because I was thinking about how tired I was. Become so present-minded in whatever you're doing that you actually forget that you're tired. Sure, your body will be just as tired, but because you're not mentally focusing on it, you'll actually feel less tired. Can you ever recall a day where you were still able to perform well, even if you just had a few hours of sleep? Well, it's entirely possible and incredibly easier when your mindset isn't working against you and you're living in the present moment of whatever you're doing. Drink a glass of cold water to shock your system, aid in digestion, help with weight loss, prevent and diminish headaches, ease your ability to evacuate your bowels, and flush toxins. Consider taking a cold shower because that cold water is actually going to wake you up and allow you to focus on the cold water instead of how tired you are. In addition to helping with muscle recovery and preventing soreness from one of your soccer games or practices. Furthermore, consider some quick exercise like stretching or walking, and could you give this video a quick like? The physical activity will increase the blood flow in your body and your brain to help you feel less tired. And if you have the time, consider a quick 20-minute nap. To learn more about this topic, grab Soccer Sleep using the link in the description below. For that pro tip, it's recommended that you don't consume caffeine on a routine basis, because if you start forming that habit and then you go with a day or 2 or 3 off of it, you'll find that you're more irritable and moody. You'll also potentially set yourself up for getting a headache, and you won't be that pleasant to be around. So avoid caffeine in most instances. Personally, I only have caffeine probably only once a month, either before huge soccer games or when those other tips that I just mentioned in this video aren't cutting it and aren't doing enough to wake me up. Some better sources of caffeine are tea, coffee, or even caffeine pills that are only caffeine. With tea and coffee, as long as you're not adding the sugars and the creamers, it's going to provide a lot of antioxidant benefit with the beverage as well. Avoid carbonated soda pop and energy drinks because though they have some caffeine, they often have too much caffeine, way too much sugar, and they have a lot of artificial flavors and ingredients that will impact your long-term health. So subscribe to avoid missing that next weekly video that starts a new series on soccer positions. And click here for that video on how to fall asleep quicker.